Alright, Dickie White here from Wrestler-Power.com as part of the low back strength series of articles that I've been blogging about. I'm here today to show you my #1 diagnostic tool that I use to identify whether the low back issue that we'll see, that I'll demonstrate in a moment, is either from a flexibility issue or a neurological issue. And I'll talk more about that in the article. By the way, if you're watching this video on YouTube or another site and it's not on my blog, just click the link below. You'll go straight to the article where I'll explain, neurological programming, ways to attack the flexibility and things like that. But I don't have time to do that right now, so I'll just show you kind of the issues that I see and that you probably have seen with either wrestlers that you coach or you yourself as a wrestler deal with. And that is the inability to really get into a good arch starting position. I know that in this series of articles that I've talked about, I've kind of presented some ideas around low or rounded back lifting and things like that, and that's fine. And some of the cases that I brought up with the strong men lifting stones and Constantine rounding his back out before he deadlifts, that's fine because it's the guys that are doing that are strong enough and they're trained to do that. When you're a beginner lifter, you want to avoid a lot of that flexed spine position like that. Instead, you want to have a nice neutral spine. And no matter how much you have people pulling on you, a lot of times you just can't figure out how to get into that real good tight starting position. And what I found in my years of working with wrestlers and fighters is there's one of two things that cause that, and it's either flexibility or neurological, like I said before. So follow me, and I'll just quick show you the way that I diagnose as to what issue we're working with. I'll have the wrestler or the fighter that I'm working with do is lay on the ground, legs straight out, and then pull the knees to the chest. They can even pull with their hands a little bit. If the person can keep their back flat, I'll roll up my shirt here a little bit. If the person can keep their back flat while getting in this position, obviously this is low enough for me to get into a good low squat position without rounding, a good low deadlift position without rounding. Obviously, if they're rounding up a lot, that could be a flexibility issue. But if they can get into this, they just don't have what's called the neurological program to get into the proper starting position for a deadlifter to get to the bottom of a squat without rounding their back or anything like that. So they can go on their backs and bring their knees to their chest like that. They should realistically come here, keep their back flat, chest up, and get their butt all the way to their ankles, just like they did when they were on the ground. So if they can do this, but they can't get into a proper deadlift position, they have a neurological issue. If their back is coming up or they can't bring their knees to their chest, then it's a flexibility issue. And I'll talk in greater detail now in the article below as to how to address those issues accordingly. So thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you again soon.